A few years ago, Rockstar Games released the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, and what was expected to be a triumphant return for these classic titles quickly turned into one of the most infamous failures in Rockstar's history. The backlash was immediate, and for many, it marked a turning point in how we viewed the company. For those who are GTA fans, you likely remember the chaos surrounding this release. What was supposed to be a polished, modern update for the iconic titles turned into a glitch-ridden, unfinished mess. But despite this colossal failure, Rockstar did something shocking. They decided to invest in the very studios responsible for this disaster. So, why would Rockstar, a company known for delivering some of the best games in the industry, go and acquire the team behind one of the biggest mishaps in gaming history? You'd think they'd learn from their mistakes, but it appears they're doubling down on their investment. Believe it or not, that's exactly what's happening now. Before we dive deeper into this bizarre move, make sure to subscribe to What's Up Nerd Insider to stay up to date with everything in gaming, anime, movies, and other nerdy topics. We're constantly bringing fresh takes, insights, and analyses of the latest trends. Plus, don't forget to check out the 15% discount on new releases at Green Man Gaming, available in the video description and pinned comment. It's the best time to snag those games you've been eyeing. Now, let's break down what went wrong with the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, because it's impossible to fully understand Rockstar's current decisions without addressing this first. When the remaster of GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas was first announced, fans were excited. These were some of the most influential games in the history of gaming, with each one shaping the open-world genre in different ways. The idea of a graphical overhaul, improved mechanics, and modernized features was exciting. The problem was, the execution was a disaster from the start. The GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition was launched as a celebration of GTA's legacy, but it felt more like an insult. Not only did Rockstar and their development partners remove the original versions from the digital store shelves, forcing players to buy the overpriced remaster, but they also botched many aspects of the remaster. There were graphical glitches, bugs, missing content, and even sound issues that were either overlooked or outright ignored. For a company like Rockstar, known for its attention to detail, these shortcomings were simply inexcusable. The backlash came quickly, with gamers and critics alike calling out Rockstar for its lack of quality control. The games looked worse in some places, felt incomplete, and to make matters worse, some of the nostalgic charm was completely stripped away in favor of a rushed release. The remaster ended up feeling like a cheap cash grab, and that's a sentiment that was shared by many fans. It became evident that Rockstar, for all its greatness, had dropped the ball here. But what's even more perplexing is that Rockstar doubled down on their investment in the very studios responsible for this mess. After the dust settled from the GTA Trilogy debacle, you might have thought Rockstar would take a step back and rethink their approach. But instead, Rockstar made a surprising move by acquiring Video Games Deluxe, one of the studios that worked on the remaster. This was a team that contributed to a product that most gamers wouldn't hesitate to call a disaster. Yet, here we are, with Rockstar making this team a permanent part of their global operations. The question on everyone's mind is, why? Video Games Deluxe, based in Sydney, Australia, was responsible for some of the work on the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition. The studio had previously worked on L.A. Noire, the VR Case Files, a decent VR port of the original L.A. Noire. In this case, their work was commendable. L.A. Noire was a solid game in its own right, and the VR version offered a fresh way to experience the story. But here's the thing, a good port doesn't erase the fact that this same team worked on one of the worst remasters to ever come out in recent years. So why would Rockstar decide to reward them with an acquisition? One possibility is that Rockstar sees potential in the team, despite the failure of the GTA Trilogy remaster. Maybe the studio made some good contributions elsewhere that Rockstar sees as valuable. The truth is, we'll likely never know all the details of this acquisition. Rockstar is known for being secretive about their internal decisions, and that's probably why this news caught so many by surprise. The fact remains that the team behind GTA Trilogy is now going to be a bigger part of Rockstar's future. But for many, this acquisition feels like a slap in the face to fans who were hoping for something more than just a rushed remaster. Let's explore the details of the acquisition. Rockstar confirmed that they had finalized the acquisition of Video Games Deluxe, a move that would rebrand the studio as Rockstar Australia. While this might seem like a minor shift in operations for Rockstar, it has major implications for the future of the company. Rockstar Australia will now be responsible for the development and enhancement of future Rockstar titles, and they're expected to work on various platforms, likely including mobile and PC versions. Rockstar's Jennifer Coby stated, "After many years of working together, we're excited to welcome Video Games Deluxe into our team. This marks the beginning of a new chapter for Rockstar, one that will likely involve further outsourcing of game development." But here's the question, is that really the right move? There's no doubt that Rockstar has always been a powerhouse in game development, consistently producing some of the best titles in the industry. However, the decision to invest in Video Games Deluxe raises questions. After the debacle of the GTA Trilogy, could the studio be trusted to handle bigger projects in the future? It's one thing to work on a port of an older game, but what happens when they're tasked with something more complex, like a new GTA or Red Dead game? Digging deeper, we start to see that there's more to this acquisition than just business. Rockstar has a long history of working closely with certain developers, and this acquisition of Video Games Deluxe is part of a broader strategy. The relationship between Rockstar and Video Games Deluxe goes back many years, largely thanks to the involvement of Brandon Mara, founder of Video Games Deluxe and a former member of Team Bondi, the studio behind L.A. Noire. This connection seems to have played a significant role in the acquisition. In interviews, Mara has expressed his gratitude for the opportunity to work with Rockstar over the years, and it's clear that these relationships extend beyond mere business transactions. There's a certain political game at play, one that involves trust, loyalty, and years of collaboration. But again, just because there's a long-standing partnership doesn't mean the acquisition makes sense. GTA Trilogy was a failure, and while Rockstar may be hoping to turn things around with this studio, the acquisition still feels questionable. What if they had invested in a new studio entirely, one that could bring fresh talent and new ideas to the table? This move seems less about taking a risk on fresh talent and more about continuing a long-term relationship, even if the results of that relationship weren't up to par. So, what does this mean for Rockstar moving forward? Is this acquisition going to result in better games in the future? Or are we looking at more remasters that miss the mark? While it's possible that Video Games Deluxe could improve with the right guidance and leadership from Rockstar, the fact remains that the studio has already proven it can drop the ball in a major way. A studio that was involved in the disaster of GTA Trilogy shouldn't just be handed more responsibility without a clear plan in place. One potential outcome is that Rockstar will take a more hands-on approach with the studio's future projects. With the full backing of Rockstar, the hope is that Video Games Deluxe will have the resources and support it needs to succeed. But without that oversight, there's a real risk that we could see more of the same rushed, half-baked projects that fail to live up to the expectations of fans. Looking beyond this acquisition, it's important to consider where Rockstar goes from here. The GTA Trilogy debacle isn't just a blemish on the company's record, it's a wake-up call. Rockstar has long been known for its impeccable attention to detail, its focus on quality, and its commitment to delivering top-tier experiences. But now, they seem to be spreading themselves thin by outsourcing more and more of their development work. The question is, will Rockstar continue to outsource major projects, or will they start focusing on internal development to restore the quality fans expect? At the end of the day, only time will tell if this acquisition will pay off. Rockstar has an opportunity here to redeem itself, but it's not going to be easy. The studio has made some missteps recently, but they also have the talent and resources to get back on track. Whether they'll use this acquisition to expand their portfolio and create new, exciting games or continue down the road of remasters and quick fixes remains to be seen. What we do know is this: fans are hungry for more. Rockstar has the power to evolve, and we hope they choose to take the risks necessary to stay relevant in today's gaming landscape. Let's hope the GTA Trilogy mess was just a bump in the road and not the new normal. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and make sure to stick with us here at What's Up Nerd Insider for all the latest updates in gaming and beyond. Also, don't forget to take advantage of the 15% discount on new releases at Green Man Gaming, linked in the description and pinned comment. Let's hope Rockstar gets it right with their new acquisition. Let us know what you think about the situation in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video.